Welcome back. Craig Siegel is a value-based and high-energy global keynote speaker and rising thought leader. Featured in Entrepreneur, he's endorsed by some of the world's most well-known celebrities, athletes, and entrepreneurs. Craig joins us now to talk about one of my personal favorite subjects, reinvention. Craig, welcome to Liftoff.
Thank you so much for having me. There's literally no place in the world I'd rather be. Let's have some fun.
All right, let's do it. See, you are going to jump on the chair up and down. We don't know what's going to happen when we're having this
It's
conversation.
true.
So, Craig, talk about reinvention. How do you define reinvention and why is it important?
Yeah, it's such a good question. So one of the things that I want to come across right now to the world is defining what reinvent. I want to reinvent the word reinvention. And I don't think it's starting over. I think it's what is that one thing that we have deep inside that we've been denying, the one thing that we've been putting off that we're dying to do. And that's what I want to help people lean into. Because just to be clear, we should absolutely have it all in life, the career to die for, the relationships, the wealth, all of it. And I know a lot of people right now are struggling and underachieving. I know that because that was me. And I want to show everybody that reinvention is ready when you are.
So, you're not just passionate about this, you're so passionate about it. You wrote a book called The Reinvention Formula. What inspired you to write it all down and share it with other people?
Yeah, so in a nutshell, prior to the pandemic, I had spent 13 years on Wall Street and I was making money. And at that season of life, I consider that to be successful. And just to be clear, making money is absolutely a part of success, but it's a part of success. I wasn't really fulfilled. And I found myself in a little bit of a dark season. And then I started running a bunch of marathons. I'd never been a runner. In fact, you couldn't pay me to run. Now, ironically, I'm paying to run marathons. But I started to find myself and get confidence again. And then the pandemic happened. And for the first time in my life, I just got quiet. And I took a second to really reassess. If not now, then when? It occurred to me in that moment, this is more than just a passion. This is my assignment. And I put together a whole vision and I started my CLS personal brand. And one of the things on my vision board was to write a book. And it's everything I know to be true about myself and the world right now. And look, love me or hate me, I know hard to believe anyone would hate me. One thing you couldn't deny is I totally reinvented myself. And when I start every speaking engagement, I usually say to people, how many of you think that you're here for something much bigger than you're currently settling for? And usually everybody raises their hand. And that was me for 35 years. So I wrote the reinvention formula to show people not only is reinvention ready, you're never too old, it's never too late, but how? And it's all the tips that I've used and learned over the years in one vessel.
Huh, that's really interesting. And you said something at the very beginning of this discussion about when the pandemic hit, you became quiet
Mm,
and you had a chance to think. And that really is something that people overlook. Just having that quiet moment to create a mindset and have a good mindset. Why do you think it's important for someone to have a good mindset when they're struggling?
yeah, I think mindset is everything. It's mindset will separate the best from the rest. And when you get really quiet, and for all your listeners, I say just have a practice, whether it's running, meditation, prayer, whatever's good for you. But mindfulness is the portal to expansion because when you're quiet, you could really connect. That's when the downloads come. So everybody should be really intentional and strategic with their mindset. And one tangible way for your listeners to do that is just be super intentional with your thoughts. And if you're not liking the feedback that you're getting from the universe, just understand thoughts are not facts. And you can actually choose a more empowering thought, which will create more empowering beliefs, obviously actions, and then results. So mindset is everything. And a lot of people don't realize that they have a choice. They could be intentional with the positive thoughts they allow to take up real estate inside their mind.
Such great advice. So I hope everyone listening and everyone watching takes everything you said to heart. And I really appreciate you being on the show, Craig.
Thank
This
you
is
so much for having me.
fantastic. All right, everybody, we'll be back with more after the break.